Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. Today's video is dedicated to the men and women in public safety on the front line every day. Now, while this video is geared towards these cops, firefighters, paramedics, and nurses, the information here is honestly sound advice for all, and everyone from any line of work can benefit from it. You know, it doesn't really matter what sector of public safety you choose. Going through paramedic school, fire academy, police academy, doesn't matter. When you're there, all that matters is graduating and getting to your job. That's your number one goal. I totally get it. When I was back in paramedic school, I couldn't wait for class to be finally over so I could get my National Registry glitter patch. No one in class was thinking about their retirement years, only graduation. But this is a big mistake, and that one that will follow you for the rest of your life. But hey, don't fret. If you follow my advice in this video, when you retire, you will be a millionaire. You're gonna work an ambulance, fire truck, patrol car for the better part of 25 years before you can retire with a pension. This is hard work, and at the end, we all hope that there's a comfortable retirement ahead for us. Over the years, you're gonna watch your buddies retire. Some with great lives, living out on the golf course or fishing out in the lake or whatever it is that they love to do, they'll be able to do it. Others, they're going to be forced to sell their homes, not out of the desire to downsize to a smaller home. No, this is because they can no longer afford the same lifestyle during retirement. Sadly, no one ever taught them how to build financial freedom. So what can cops, firefighters, paramedics, nurses, what can they do to guarantee a comfortable retirement? Just follow these steps. But now, before we get to that, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you comment down below. Doing so really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks. This video is also sponsored by Police Link, a mobile app that provides driver's license scanning, VIN barcode decoding, GPS positioning, and property check locations, and so much more for law enforcement agencies nationwide. Check it out at www.police.link. A link is in the description below. Now, as you guys know, I'm a volunteer paramedic. I'm a tech entrepreneur and a real estate investor. But what I haven't told you yet is that I grew up in a law enforcement family. My grandfather, my dad, my stepdad, all retired with careers in law enforcement. And my stepbrother is nearing his 20th year as a police officer. Now, I chose the other side of public safety, and I've been in fire and EMS for over 20 years. Now, it's been as a volunteer as opposed to career, but, you know, we're all still one team. Doesn't matter if you get a paycheck or not. Basically, public safety has been in my blood. Okay, now let's get to it. I'm going to list these out as steps for you to go in order. But honestly, actually, most of them can be done concurrently. Stay to the end of this video and I'll give you some tips on how you can accelerate this process. Step number 1, budget. Create a budget. Yeah, I know. Nobody wants to make a budget. But making a budget does not really need to be difficult. Gone are the days of having to memorize those annoying Excel spreadsheet formulas. No, don't worry about that. Now there are free, easy, and inexpensive paid tools that will allow you to create budgets very simply. An easy one to use is Mint by Intuit. You know, the guys that make TurboTax, QuickBooks? Yeah, it's those guys. Anyways, they offer a free service at mint.com. Check it out. Remember, a budget puts you in control and tells your money where to go, instead of you sitting there at the end of the month just wondering where the heck your money went. It's proactive instead of reactive. Budgeting is a process, and by mastering this process, you are going to unlock the door to your financial future. But don't worry about getting it perfect the first time. You're not going to. Just relax. If you notice that you did not budget enough money in a specific category, say maybe groceries for example, then next month increase it a little bit. But you must remember, your paycheck is finite. So what you give to one category, you've got to take from another category. It doesn't matter how much money you're making or whether you're pulling in extra overtime or you got a side hustle making extra money. You still need a budget. All right, okay, now you've got your budget, right? All right, cool, let's get on to the next step. Step number 2. Get out of debt. Now that you've got your budget and you know where your money goes in and out each month, you need to allocate as much income as possible to paying off those high interest credit cards and vehicle payments. I know you've got them, everybody does, but you need to get them paid off. Now is not the time to be investing a lot of money in the stock market. Think about it. On average, the S&P returns 7 to 10% per year annually if you invest for at least 10 years. Some years are better, some are worse. Look at this year. But your credit card interest is going to be like 15 to 30% per year. Just paying off your credit cards now, you instantly make another 8, possibly even 20% because you did not waste that money paying interest payments. This is by far the biggest obstacle for you to overcome. But it's really not that difficult. It just takes time and dedication. Now, there are many strategies to getting out of debt. One is called the snowball. And in summary, you take the credit card that you owe the least amount of money on, and you put as much money per month towards that card to get it paid off. The goal is getting that card down to 0, and then you pay just the minimum monthly payments on all your other cards. Once that one card is completely paid off, you take the money you were paying on that card and you apply it to the next one. So if you were putting $300 towards this first card, now you can take that $300 and put it to the next one. You just kind of keep going back and forth, rinse and repeat, and you will knock out all your credit card debt. Another strategy which I prefer is to work on paying off the credit card with the highest interest rate first. For example, say you've got a Capital One credit card with 19% interest, but you also have an Amazon store card for 26% interest. Focus on the 26% card first, even if it's not the lowest amount card. But no matter what, either strategy can work or create your own. The goal is getting your cards down to 0. Step number 3, the emergency fund. It is imperative that you set aside a savings account with a minimum of 3 to 6 month cash reserve to cover your expenses. Yeah, I know. This is so much easier said than done. But start off with a savings of $1,000. Then you can work your way towards 1 full month of expenses. Then you can save up for 2 months, to 3 months, to 6 months. The goal is to get your full 3 to 6 months in a savings account. So if something bad happens, something unexpected like losing your job, getting hurt off the clock, etc., you can pay your bills for the next 3 to 6 months without having to go past due or be foreclosed upon. Step number 4, build your credit. Many underestimate the power of having good credit. Having a good high credit score makes a difference between getting a good interest rate on your house mortgage, your car loan, and it also impacts your insurance rates, and in some cases, also your career options. Now that you've completed step 2 and you're getting yourself out of debt, you can start using your credit cards wisely. But keep in mind, you need to keep it less than 10% of your total available balance being used at any time. What I mean by that is, say you have a $10,000 limit. You should not use more than $1,000. Yeah, I know. You're probably saying, dude, what? Only $1,000? Yep, that's true. Less than 10% of your total available balance. And on top of that, you really want to pay your balance down to 0 every month. You don't want to be wasting your money on interest. Remember, you just got yourself out of debt. And currently, what is your goal? Your goal is to build wealth for yourself, not for the guys at the bank. Now, as you expand your credit and you get it to the point where you have $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 of available balance, then you know what? You can go use the 24-month, the 18-month, the 24-month with 0 interest at Best Buy or Home Depot or whatever. You can charge a couple $1,000s on there. Just make sure you keep it below the 10% and make sure, of course, you pay it off before the 18 months or whatever term is up. For me, whenever I use that, say I'm doing 24 months at Home Depot, I calculate it on my end as paying it off in 20 months. Then I make equal payments every single month on auto payment so that I don't forget. I set them for the next 20 months. Then if something bad happens, I know I can pause it for up to 4 months and I'm still good. Don't pay just the absolute minimum and then hope you're going to get it paid off in 2 years, because something bad is going to happen and you are going to be stuck with all that interest. Now, honestly, this step about building and maintaining your credit really deserves an entire video. I think I'm going to work on creating one and I'll let you guys know when it's available. Now, step number 5, you need to start your retirement accounts. As I covered in my previous video, starting at age 16, how to become a millionaire with only $16 a day in the stock market, and also my other video, Response to Meet Kevin, 3 reasons I won't use the Roth IRA, it's vitally important that you get your retirement account set up as early in your life as possible, and make sure you set up automatic investments to take place every month. A great option for getting started is use the Webull stock trading app, as they give you 2 free stocks to start out, with one of them being valued up to $14 when you open your account and deposit $100. I love their app because they allow you to also buy and sell stocks after hours. So when a great deal on a stock is available, you're able to snap it up with Webull before anybody else sees it. If your employer offers a 401k or a simple IRA with matching, you would be a fool not to take advantage of it. You should max this out without question because the money that they contribute is basically free money. In fact, in this case, you should start this even if you are still back in step 1 or 2 and you still have debt, because that free money that your employer is giving you is just too good to pass up. Bonus, optional step. Start a side hustle. Like I said earlier in the video, your paycheck is finite. Of course, you can pick up some overtime, you can get promoted, or you can get hired at a different department with better pay. But you're still limited to the pay per hour. So what's your other options? You can create a side hustle that generates some extra cash. This can just be something on the side. It doesn't have to be an extra full-time gig. You know, honestly, this could be anything from producing YouTube videos like I'm doing here, to writing a book, selling real estate, teaching or coaching. Honestly, this is limitless. Pick a subject that you enjoy, learn as much about it as you can, and then find a creative way to make some extra cash from it. For me, you know, I have my book, America Hijacked, which brings me between $500 to $1,000 in revenue every month. Some months are better than others, but it's continuous money that comes in auto-deposited from Amazon every month. Now, while I'm on that subject, if you enjoy politics, or at least like learning about how both political parties have lied, cheated, and stole from the American people, you should grab a copy of my book, America Hijacked. A link is in the description below. Should I make a whole video dedicated to how to create a side hustle and generate an extra $500 of monthly cash? If so, comment down below, tell me some of your ideas of what you'd like me to cover, and I will. Alright, now as a thanks for you guys staying to the very end, here's a bonus tip on how to accelerate this process. Now, while I listed those 5 items kind of in a step-by-step to be done in order, you honestly could do most of these at the same time. Now, while you're creating your budget with a service like Mint, that really only takes 20 to 30 minutes to get started. Then you can open a savings account with an automatic deposit of, you know, say $50 per paycheck or whatever you can afford. This should go towards building up your first $1,000, you know, emergency fund milestone. Then open your Webull stock trading account and deposit $100 in that today, because they're going to give you 2 free stocks with one of them valued up to $1,400. That's just free money sitting there waiting for you. Then, while you're building your emergency fund, make sure you max out on any of the retirement accounts that have matching from your employer. All right, now you are ready to start coasting. You can kick back, knock out this debt, and start building your credit concurrently at the same time. Now, depending on your debt level, within a year or 2, hey, possibly even a few months if you only owe a couple $1,000s, you should be debt-free from your credit cards. Now it's time to go full force into your retirement accounts. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to this video, as doing so really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.